Hey guys, welcome back. Maybe grab a little tea, a latte, some water, because I am going to sit down and tell you guys a little story about my personal lymphatic journey. So next week on the TLC community, I'm going to focus a lot on the lymphatic system. Why? Well, because it's super important. And secondly, March 6th, Saturday, March 6th is World Lymphedema Day. So I thought it would be a really good time to draw some attention to this important system. So with World Lymphedema Day, although I totally appreciate days to bring awareness to certain things, there's a lot of awareness on a cure. But what happens if we can be curing ourselves every day and actually supporting our lymphatic system? What an amazing concept. So as I always say, we have the power in our hands each and every day to support, to prevent, to reverse, to protect our health through the things that we are putting in our mouth. So in this video, I'm not going to go into great detail about the lymphatic system. You can look forward to that on the TLC community, where I literally give a lymphatic crash course. You know, what it is, what it does, what happens when it's not working. But I thought it was really important to get my story out there of why I have such a soft spot for the lymphatic system. All right. So before I started to change my ways and become a holistic nutritionist, I knew nothing about the lymphatic system. No one talked to me about the lymphatic system. No one talked about the lymphatic system in general. Doctor after doctor I went to, the lymphatic system was never even brought up. Yet now it's crystal clear to me from birth. I had issues with my lymphatic system, and as the years went on, it just became more and more toxic and more congested. So we're talking right from birth. I was a rashy baby. I had rashes. I was allergic to absolutely everything. I definitely had food sensitivities to which we just didn't know. I had very bad asthma. I was hospitalized a lot. I had this like green machine that I would put on every night before bed. I don't even remember what I was inhaling. I had my adenoids out when I was young, so always just that kid who was sick all the time. So then in my teenage years, I remember I began to experience chronic pain all the time. Now this is on top of, allergies. In my 20s, I began to get vertigo, chronic sinus issues, which actually prompted me to have surgery for a deviated septum that I did not need done. I had my tonsils out at 25. So there's two organs within the lymphatic system, the adenoids and the tonsils, that I don't even have anymore, that I should have held on to for dear life. I developed chronic dermatitis. So people that knew me back then, I literally was covered in hives from head to toe for like 3 years straight, okay? In my 30s, my hormones began to really shift. I started to see changes in my weight. I started to see changes in my mood. I had really bad anxiety from out of nowhere. I'd never really had that anxiety in me before. My hands and feet were always cold, and I just always say I felt like I was 95 years old wearing a lead suit, and I kept thinking, is this what 30 feels like? Like, I just felt unwell. And then all of a sudden, I started to see an abundance of cellulite. I've always had cellulite. I'm part of the Thick Thigh Club for life, but this was different. The cellulite was starting to appear on my arms, and it was even starting to appear on the front of my calves and just in abundance on my thighs. And I just knew that something wasn't right. And yeah, my internal plumbing system, aka our lymphatic system, was completely and utterly clogged. And I was legit well on my way, probably this close from full-blown autoimmune disease. And again, let me remind you, not once this entire time, doctor after doctor, specialist, you name it, not once did anybody mention my lymphatic system. I got tested and potentially, maybe this, maybe that for things like MS. I was told that I had fibromyalgia, maybe I had chronic fatigue syndrome, I had general anxiety and panic disorder, and again, I had surgeries that I didn't need. I spent a lifetime literally polluting my lymphatic system with all of the toxins that I was taking in, all of the over-the-counter medications, all of the antibiotics, and to top it all off, having 3 surgeries that I didn't even need, when it really came down at the root to my lymphatic system. So this is something that is so dear to my heart. I am a person that is extremely toxic. Let me rephrase that. I'm a person whose body is extremely toxic. I tend to hold on to my toxins hardcore. It's just the way my body is. However, for the last 8 years, I have been working on my lymphatic system, and more hardcore in the last 2 years, and the changes in my life are monumental. I do not have asthma. I do not have allergies. I haven't seen a hive in probably I don't know, I want to say safely 7 full years, okay? My cellulite is vastly reduced. My hands, my nose, my feet are not numb 24/7. I can't continue to tell you the miraculous changes that I've personally seen on my lymphatic journey. So I'm so excited for next week on the TLC community. I'm going to talk about the lymphatic system in a nutshell. I'm going to talk about something I do every single day that has absolutely changed the appearance of my skin, that has totally helped my lymphatic health, and the things that we need to see in our diets to help rejuvenate and unclutter. Pour in that proverbial Drano without the chemicals to start to nourish and unplug our sewer system, the lymphatic system. Thanks guys, take care, and I will see you in the TLC community. Bye.